She single-handedly grew her own business from 0 to 7 figures, and that was when 7 figures was a heck of a lot of money. Now, with 25 years experience as an entrepreneur, she helps clients create and grow their own businesses so that they can enjoy an independent lifestyle that they desire and deserve. Please welcome superstar entrepreneurship coach, Dr. Arlene Krantz.
My favorite thing when I was a little kid was to go to the store and get a double dip of ice cream. I loved ice cream. And my favorite flavors were vanilla and black raspberry. Oh my God, I love it. Hey, Dad, can I have some money to get some ice cream? Sure, honey, here's some money. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a $5 bill. And I look, and that's all the money he has. I'm in shock. Dad, it's okay. I don't need the ice cream. No, honey, here, take the money and go get your ice cream. Dad, you know, I'm so full from dinner, there's no room. Take the money and get your ice cream. So I took that $5 bill. I went to the store. I got my ice cream. I brought it home. I gave my dad his change. But that ice cream, it didn't taste the same that night. And I felt so guilty taking that money. There was always a lot of money issues in our family. Sometimes we had some. Most of the time, we didn't have a lot. When there was bill collectors would call the house, and my sisters and I would have to answer the phone and say, my parents aren't home, when they were sitting next to us. The bill collectors would go to ring the doorbell, and sometimes we'd peek outside to see who it was, and we'd have to be very quiet so they would think that we weren't there. So money was always a big issue. We never talked about it. We never had that money conversation. So I graduate high school and I get a job. The first thing I do is get a bus ticket so I could get to and from work. And the second thing I do is I get a ticket for lunch so that I can eat every month and have my lunch. So what do I do with the rest of my money? I go shopping. I go to the store, I buy these beautiful shoes and beautiful purses and clothing because I got to buy things that I couldn't buy when I was home. The job gave me the money to do that. But it was still always a money issue. No one ever said to me, save some of your money, put it aside so that you'll have something later in your life. There was never a money conversation. And it was the same when I got married. Sometimes we had money, sometimes we didn't. My husband would come home and he'd hand me a bunch of money and say, this is it for the week. Okay. Took out my envelopes. I had an envelope for the gas. I had an envelope for the electric. I had an envelope for the supermarket. I had an envelope for the butcher. I had an envelope for everything. And that's how I budgeted my money so that I was able to pay the bills. I was great as a budgeting, but I didn't know anything about money. Still, there was no money conversation. Years later, I'm at a barbecue at my wealthy uncle had this fabulous barbecue, and my mother and my aunts are there and they're talking money. But their money was, my mother said, I take money from my husband and I hide it so he doesn't know I have it. And my other aunt says, I do the same thing, but I opened up my own checking account and he doesn't know I have it. And my aunt, the wife of my wealthy uncle said, you know what? I'm worried that when my husband dies, I won't have anything. She had no idea what his worth was. And I listened to that conversation and I said, I don't want to end up my life like that, talking about stashed money and I don't want to live like that. That's not what my life is about. So I started my own business. And I had nothing, eating popcorn for dinner, asking friends to take me out, inviting people over for spaghetti, but I couldn't afford the meatballs. I mean, I had nothing, but I had a dream, and I wanted to have that business. So in the course of in the years of my life, I've made many millions of dollars. Little Arlene from having nothing to making millions of dollars. And every single one of those dollars I made, it didn't come from my husband, ex-husband. It didn't come from partners. It didn't come from parents. It came from me because I had passion and I wanted to do it. And it was important for me to do that. So now we're here at Nasdaq and look around. This is a male-dominated industry, but we're seeing more women in it now. And it's important as women that we go after what we want, and that includes charging what we are worth until we start making the money we deserve. And that means we're not leaving any more money on the table.